Okay. Still in the course of agriculture business plan, it is chapter 9 here, and selling and defining market problem. Okay, so in this week, every group will have to report their selling progress from previous week. Yeah. So selling and defining market problem. I will tell one example about agrotourism about this. Let's say, let's see the introduction. Okay, as this is the continuation from chapter 8. In this part, I will also ask every group to share your selling experience or selling progress from the previous week. Okay. And then creating products adjusted to the market situation. Previously, we have learned about the defining the product problem. And now we have to creating a product adjusted to the market situation. Of course, this market situation is identified through the problem revealed when you sell your product to your customer. Okay. So today's lecture, we have four main topics. Let's go for the first one. To understand the consumers and their needs. Okay, this topic we have discussed actually in the chapter 7, but we will go more in this chapter. So the key question to understand our consumer and to be able to create the product that meets their needs is, will the new product excite consumers into spending money? Okay, so we have to make sure that our product will excite the consumer to spend money. But actually, there's also another question, a further question to be asked to here, just like, will the consumer keep spending their money to buy our new product? For example, currently, maybe everyone used to see like new cafe goes viral for a while in Instagram or TikTok, but after 2 months or 3 months, and that cafe is likely to be silent, less visitor or something like that. So maybe as the owner, we may be so proud for ourselves because in the beginning, our new cafe is visited by many visitors. But after 3 months or after 4 months, the visitors getting lesser every day. Okay, so you have to make the key question. Will the new product excite consumers into spending money? Of course, when we find question, we have to do research to answer it. Yeah. So back to the example for the cafe. Maybe in the beginning you have a very good promo, good discounts, for example, for example, and also good food and beverage prepared, good service, kindly kind service from your shop waiter, something like that. Okay, but after 2 or 3 months, you reduce the quality of all of your service, maybe. So that is why your customer getting lesser every day. So this key question is important. Think about a long time, not think about a short time. So you have to make sure that things you offer in the beginning will help the customer, will make the customer to stay loyal into your product or into your service. Okay. So make questions in order to identify, to at least know of these things. What are their critical needs and how well are these being met present? Okay, so let's say there is a project you want to create an agro-tourism in a rural place. Okay, so that is the picture I will, that is the situation I want you to imagine. You are asked to develop agro-tourism in a rural place. This rural place is agriculture areas. It means that all the residents are farmers. Okay, and they have experience. They have experience to cultivate horticulture like lettuce, cabbage, chili, tomato, and so on. Yeah, horticulture crops. And you are asked to develop the agrotourism inside the area of farmers. Okay, so you have to identify at first whether this agrotourism will help them to increase their life compared to if they keep being a farmer to grow the crops and to sell it to the market without any further processing. Just like they harvest it and they sell it to the market. So this first question you have to answer. What are their critical needs and how well are these being made present? So the critical need of the farmers is they always have money to buy their daily needs, ranging from their food and also their the children's school payment, and also their electricity payment, electricity bill, and another bills. That is their critical need. They have to prepare the number of money every day. Okay. And as you know that if they grow the crops, they have to wait them for a month, 2 or 3 months for horticulture, right? So how do this agrotourism will meet their critical needs? And how well are these being met present? Okay, So further, we will know how this agrotourism will help the farmer nearby to increase their life. Okay, the second one, who are the consumers? What products do they use? How do they use products? And under what conditions are the products used? Okay, so in this part, you have to do research. Okay, you have to learn who are the consumers of your agrotourism. Okay, tourism based on agriculture. Okay, that is the agrotourism. So after doing a little research, so the consumers are the 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 people inside the area and also the people outside the area. Okay, so of course, if we have like tourism spot, we want to encourage outsider to come to visit. So after doing a little research, so the people inside the area will also welcome to enjoy the tourism service on that. And another person from the outside area, outside of the province, outside of the regency, outside of the district, outside of the village. Okay. And what products do they use? Okay. In this case, what products do you offer to the visitors, both from inside the area and also outside the area? Because this tourism spot is stated in the agriculture area. So the products, the service they offer is the view of the mountain, the view of the paddy field, the view of the dry land, and also they offer another service, another product such as food and beverage from that area. And another service is just like art, that local art, local accessories, and local soul, culture soul. Okay, local culture soul. And how do they use products? Okay, as I mentioned that because this is agrotourism, so the visitor to use the product is to enjoy it. Of course, that is the service. So they have to enjoy, get some experience living in the countryside, have a view like a good mountain and also a green paddy field, and also enjoy the local culture. So that is the experience they get. They don't get things, but they get experience. Well, they will get some accessories as well because the agrotourism offer like food and beverage, local accessories, and another accessories, another things. Under what conditions are the products used? Because this is service, it is like scenery, and of course, under the condition when the people like feel enjoy in dry season, they can enjoy the mountain view with the blue heights, with the blue sky, and also sometimes the white cloud. Okay, so that is the example for the second question. Who are the consumers? Okay. And then the point 3, how are current market products received and perceived with respect to meeting their needs? So this project, this agrotourism project is initiated because in this area, there is a lack of well-organized agrotourism. So people want many entertainments like plays, show or something like that. And this is the market. So this is potential. So we want to provide the people that kind of service where they can be entertained and where they can enjoy the nature. And also we encourage people from urban people that live in urban life to come so they can enjoy the countryside life. So yeah, of course, it meets their needs. They want people nearby the place. They need a well-organized tourism spot. And the people who live in the urban life, they can enjoy the countryside with a well-organized tourism spot. Okay. And then how do consumers know that a product is working? What signals convey that a product is working? So of course, the consumers know that product is working if we can really gather the information about the things that they prefer from one tourism spot. Okay, so many people will agree if the tourism spot have to be clean, well sanitized, and also prepare good food, and also prepare good service, good guidance, and also comfortable place, comfortable room. Okay, so and then in order to attract another customer, every existing customer, we encourage to make a good review in the Google location. So when people Google the tourism spot, they will see the review from the previous visitor. And we allow them to preview from the food and beverage service, waiters service, and clean and hygiene, well sanitized or not, and also another activity and another show and another local show. And then the question number 5 is, are products being used for physical reasons? Okay. So this one is a further development for the tourism, for the agriculture, for the agrotourism itself. Because in the still planning about how to make the spot will comfortable for people who want to do like exercise, and also or a little yoga, because the place is so quiet and that is so good. Okay, so this one is kind of development. Okay, so this is one example about the business in agriculture to develop a tourism based on agriculture. You, of course, can create another one. You can create something like having the another business. Okay, another business ideas about agriculture. We will talk them. Why I put agrotourism here, because the business ideas I put in the next chapter doesn't mention about the agrotourism. Okay, so I think in this moment, agrotourism is so familiar, particularly in Indonesia, how to develop the rural areas to be a spot to be visited by people who live urban life. Okay. Okay. Next. Then to do the market research. So from this previous one, we do the market research. Okay. What is important in the market research? So we can gather many informations. So in the market research, we have to realize that consumer needs will be well understood by doing market research, because we cannot just assume what people need right now, because it cannot be the represent of our idea. Maybe we will see, oh, okay, 2 or 5 people needs a tourism spot, well organized tourism spot. We cannot take that conclusion based on just a few people. So we have to do more research. We have to do more research to take more responses, to take more samples. So we really get the information about the customer needs. Okay. And then to do market research, we have 2 techniques. And I think everyone is so familiar about this. It has qualitative techniques and also quantitative techniques. Let's go to the qualitative technique at first. Okay. So I have 3 points here in the qualitative technique. The first one, qualitative technique can be done by doing focus group interviews. Okay, so the key word here is group. Okay, so this is an approach that is used most frequently in doing qualitative technique, because we want to gather information according to some group of people. Okay. Then the activity in this part is they have to discuss a topic. Okay, so for example, at the time you want to create the agrotourism in the particular area, you have to present your idea into the residents in the place to make sure that your idea is acceptable and can be realized together with the people there, the farmers particularly. So you held one focus group interviews, okay? And who are your audience? So the audience are the farmers, the village leaders, and also the people who nearby the spot or something like that. And you discuss a topic. The topic is about agrotourism, and you present your idea, you present your business model, and you present your possibility income, and you share about the okay, I've mentioned before the model business. Okay, and then sorry. beside focus group interview, you also can do like one-on-one or in-depth interviews. So in order to get the information, we don't have to do a focus group only. We also can do one-on-one or in-depth interviews. For example, I interview the village leader only one of him or her, something like that. Okay, and then to research word, to do like to ask about his or her individual habit, individual motivation, or individual needs. Okay, so we ask the deep question about their habit, individual habit. And then the participant for this one-on-one interview is focused on one individual at a time. So, for example, they are separated in another place. I can visit one by one, but still ask the same question. Okay, and then the third point about qualitative technique is to get information by doing in-home visits. So we can visit our participant at their home. Okay, so it will help us to experience a closer interaction with consumers in their own environment. So they feel like at home when they are at home, and when we ask the question, they will feel secure. Okay? What is the requirement for this? When we do the at-home interview, so the households have to be representative of the general population, or the population that is to be the focus of the new product development. So when we ask the parent, we ask the children, or we ask their mate or something like that. Okay, so that is the requirement. So we don't just go to one household, but we have to define that household at first, whether that household can be the representative of the general population. How to do that? Of course, you can ask the village leader about who are going to be the representative of the population, whose household. Okay. Next, quantitative technique. Okay. So in this technique, sorry. We can research that kind of question about the brand image research. Okay, so in this quantitative research, we can use more respondents compared with qualitative research. And when we want to do like brand image research, when not only brand image research, to ask all the questions, we have to be clear about the scale we use. Like here, to ask about the brand image, we have to use like important to not all important, because they will ask they will answer. For example, if we want to ask like, do you think that brand image is important? For example, you make a statement, brand image is important to increase the sales, or something like that. And then they will ask, and you will provide the option important, less important, and not all important, not important and not all important. And they will respond to your statement by choosing one, whether the brand image is important, less important, not important, and not all important, not at all important. So this kind of scaling is found in the quantitative technique. Okay, and then segmentation research. Okay, consumers are grouped into segments, and their response patterns examined. So, for example, if you if you do research according to the segment of your customer, for example, you want to do research to the customer based on their job or based on their age. Okay, let's say based on their age, and you want to see the tendency of your potential customer to answer your question. So you can read it through the questionnaire. How the younger people tend to answer particular question. Okay, so for example, go back to our agrotourism spot, agrotourism example. So when do like the segmentation research to, for example, we deliver the question to the younger people and also to the older people. Okay, the response of the younger people show a tendency that they are so excited. Okay, so for this statement, for example, having agrotourism in my area is good. Okay, so they answer, for example, we put the scale 1 to 4. Okay, 1 for totally disagree, 2 disagree, 3 agree, and 4 totally agree. Okay, so most younger people choose number 4, but the older people choose like number 3, most of them. So that is the segmentation research. We want to see the pattern according for the same question, but to the different segment. Okay, that is the segmentation research. And then for the brand, sorry, it comes back to the first one. No, I want to present this. Oh yeah, conjoined. So based on the concept that a brand, product, or concept can be considered as a bundle of attributes that make some contribution to overall customer acceptability. So we also can do like conjoint analysis. So based on concept, that brand, product, or concept. Okay, so we offer the question, we give the question to our potential customer, but in that question already conclude many things. It can be the brand, it can be the product, or it can be the concept. So this can help us to save time, to get more information from our customer. Okay, compare with if we do like the research separated, we have the particular time to do brand research, product research, and also the concept. Let's say, for example, the business model. We ask people about the business model. Okay, so this one is an example about how the brand image, how the brand research. Okay, this company is laundry detergent producer. Okay, they have so many brands here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9. Okay, and we see that the market share for each brand, and we see the repeat purchase for each brand. Okay, the highest market share will get the highest presentation for repeat purchase. So this is the kind of our brand, the kind of brand image. Okay, the kind of brand research. So from the same functionality of product, but different brand, we want to, that this is one of kind. Okay, this is one of kind of brand research. There are so many kind of brand research. It can be the research about whether it represents the mission of that company to the customer. For example, you have the brand like to protect the environment, but and practically you really don't do that. Okay, you want to get the customer experience as well by knowing your brand. Okay, and then this is the example for customer need research. Okay, so this one is kind of their needs about this product. So as a company, you offer the product. Okay, and then you want to know what actually your customer needs about your product. So this one for the electric toothbrush, the customer, this one they gather from through the research. The customer wants that electric toothbrush is small, compact, good fit in hand, and non-slip grade. Okay, and then this one their statement for these things, and then they this electric toothbrush is attractive and attractive modern styling. It has the model is attractive. And this one is easy to charge, and charge should last at least 7 days. So they understand that this electric toothbrush is last for 7 days. So that is kind of advantage of having this stuff. And then solid base and 2 double as charger, both 110 and 110 and 220 volt operation, brushing head to have rotational and reciprocating movement. That is good. That is help the customer have experience to get easier to clean their teeth, and interchangeable and variable size cleaning heads, and also this kind of comfortable, right? And price to be less than $100. Attractive colors and packaging. Some people still amazed with the packaging and the brand name. Okay, in this example, they don't say the brand. And then another statement of customer to another product. So different product have a different statement, right? Of course, because different functionality. You can see this and compare to your product. Maybe for your product, food and beverage one, you can list that customer needs. You got it through the first, the second, the third, the fourth time you solve your product. Okay, and then let's see to the next two. Understanding the market. Okay, so in this one we know the understanding consumers and their needs. Okay, so now we want to understand the market. Okay, understanding the market. What do we have to know in order to understand the market? First, our product is market fit. Okay, so market fit with the overall mission of the company. So we can say something is market fit not only if our product is acceptable to the market, but our product is fit with the company goals, okay, the company mission. If you create the product acceptable to the market, but that is not fulfill your company mission, it means like your company is not consistent. You know, the consistency is important. The company consistency is important to the customer. And then synergy, okay, synergy between the market and the company. So this is important. As I mentioned before, that you have to create a product that's acceptable to the market and support your company mission, support your company goals. You have to question this if you want to know whether your market have synergized with your company. Is the market new to the company? Okay, is the market new to the company? For example, when we finally face the online stuff and the retail, let's say like and retail have to goes online, go online. Okay, so as a customer, we prefer to shop through our smartphone, and we no longer love to go to the shop. We just do it on our smartphone. So as a company, we have to adjust. Oh, okay, this online system is new to the market, something like that. Yeah. And then will the company have to learn a new business? Of course, you have to learn goes online. And then how well do its management talent and skills apply to this market? And then can the company use its technological skills in the market, its production facilities? Okay, you have to question them. Will the company have to learn new technologies? Of course, you have to. But remember, the technology we develop should be the one that help us to create a new product. Okay, and then have the technologies been acquired by acquisition? How well does the acquired management fit with the market? So we have to identify, you have to fully understood about the acquisition happened in your company. And then are significant capital investments required to enter the market? So do you need much money, or do you have to invest money in order to fully goes online, for example? Okay. And then can the existing marketing and sales forces and strategies be used, or must new one be developed? Or do you need to modify existing things, existing market, or you just go to slightly a new one? Okay, you have to identify a new segment for your customer. So I have the quote for today. So actually, this is not my quote. Okay, this is I got from the reference as well. a pool between the core competencies of the company. What is the core competencies of the company? That is knowledge, experience, and capability basis. So if the company have a poor between this core and unfamiliarity with the market, is a recipe for a disaster. Okay, so you have to master the knowledge, you have to know about how to do, and you have to have more experience, and you have a base capability to do that. And also you have to be familiar with the market, so you won't face the disaster. Okay, so go to learn, go to experience, and develop their capability, and also go to research the market, understand the market. And this is how you can develop your company. Okay, next. Sorry. Attractiveness, okay? Attractiveness of the market, okay? Is the market a large one? How large geographical and population size? So you have to identify. So a large market must be, of course, more attractive than a small one, right? And then for the attractive market, we also have to identify what are the past market trends, growing, stagnant, and shrinking. We have to make the list about that. And then what competitors already are in the market, whether they are big company or the newcomers one, or just like 10 to 20 years company, something like that. And you have to learn about their weakness and their strengths too. Next, does one competitor dominate the market? Which one? Okay, so if you have to question, like if you want to produce like food, you have to identify which one is the competitor that is dominating the market. Okay, and then what are the cost and sales profiles of the leading competitor, right? What are the cost and sales profiles? You have to fully understand this too. And then how do the consumers perceive the competition? Okay, and how well are their needs being met? You have to recognize that, how your competitor to be loved by your customer and your potential customer. And then what market share is held by competition? Okay, and then is the timing of new product introduction good? Okay, so you also have to do research about the time to introduce your new product. You have to recognize the moment. Is it good to launch the new product to the market in this time? You have to question that. Okay. Next, about to understand the market. Yeah. So we have the market fit. We have so many questions here, and synergy also in the attractiveness as well. So do it into your product. Okay. So let's see the reference. I took this from the same reference with the chapter 8 because they are like the same continuation. Okay, the continuation from the chapter 8. So I want to give you more example about the agro-tourism I have explained to you before. So in order to understanding this market from the side of agriculture business. So because in this kind of business, the people will enjoy the service, right? So okay, I want to see this for the example. We have to identify this one, the attractiveness. Okay, let's make some example for the attractiveness. So if you are asked to develop the agrotourism in a rural place, which is the road to reach that is not as smooth in the urban areas, right? So, but you have a plan to invite the visitor to come from the urban areas that have like comfortable transportation and also comfortable road type or something like that. So you want to identify, is the market a large one? How large geographical and population size is? Okay, so you have to identify how many visitors are possible to come, let's say from that area and also from the outside area. And you also have to identify that the service you offer, the scenery you offer will also attractive to the people who live in another countryside. Okay, in order to be able to be accepted to another people who live in the country, another countryside, it means that you have to design something that is really, how to say that, something that is really different from their countryside, right? And you have also to present another service like local art and also local culture. Yeah. And for this question, what are the past market trends? Okay, you have to identify, for example, maybe in that place, that one is the first tourism spot, and you cannot identify the past market trends related to tourism spot in that area. So, okay, you can do research according to another person about how they respond, about what do they need from tourism spot, particularly agro-tourism spot. And you watch one tourism spot in another area, how they grow, and you watch you research another tourism spot, why they stagnant or maybe why they went bankrupt. Okay, that's why how you can learn that. And then what competitors already are in the market. Okay. So you have to learn whether your competitor nearby or maybe just one village from your spot. Okay. And what are their strengths and their weakness? For example, their strength is they offer a good food, or their strength is they offer a comfort room, they offer a comfort outdoor, a comfort indoor. Then, does one competitor dominate the market? Okay, which one? Maybe in that area, we have like you have like a modern spot for tourism, maybe just like 10 kilos to 20 kilos. They have Disneyland or something like that. So you have to identify, will people choose your agro-tourism spot, or will they choose a good spot for a modern competition? And what are the cost and sales profiles of the leading competitor? Okay. So if you can identify the cost and sales, it means like you can recognize their product and service. Okay, so if you can see the product and service they offer, you will think about the product and service different with they have, with the thing that they have. Okay, and marketing, sales, and their strategies. Okay, how they promote their self and what is their strategies. Okay, and then whether they use technology. Okay, for this part, of course, we for the business model maybe need patents, right? Next, how do the consumers perceive the competition? Okay, so maybe as a customer, you may ever experience that the same company who offer the same product, you feel that they are competing one each other, and you realize that. Okay, and then you realize that you keep going to another to the one company. So that is you can apply to your product, to your business. For example, you have a tea, your product is tea, and you have the competitor for that. Okay. And then what market share is held by competition? Okay. I have mentioned this before, and that is just another example for the chapter today about defining market problem. Of course, you have to do the market risk to do the market research, to understand your customer, and also to do the to understand the market. Okay, because you cannot only understand your market, you cannot only understand the market, but you also have to understand your customer. So in this one, we have several questions here. You can apply this question to understand your market. You can write it down and you ask it to your customer. Okay, the same in the point 1. You also can write down the question and go to ask it to your customer, and you will see what will be happening, and it will lead you to create a new product or to create a new marketing strategy, to create a new business model as well. Okay. So that's all for today. The reference I have mentioned the reference. You can go for further reading for that, and also another textbook about product and about defining market problem. Okay, thank you for the attention.